Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Pokemon Scarlet. It is I, Xilestar, and today I'm going to show you some cool things that I ended up finding out and one major mistake that I made off screen. So first of all, I ended up using Cerebee's trainer map kind of thing to find out any missing trainers that I might have missed during my trainer search kind of thing that I did, that I mentioned I think last time. So I ended up using that as sort of a reference to make sure that I ended up finding out every trainer that I missed if I would have missed them. Now, I made sure to not go through areas that I have not gone through on screen to fight those trainers. I just fought the ones that we went through in our routes kind of thing that I sort of showed on screen. And I've collected maybe some items a little bit past those areas, but that's as far as I've gotten. Didn't go fighting trainers, just battled. Just got items. That's it. So, alright. So, here's a few of the TMs that I found, and something that happened off screen which I kind of regret, and unfortunately, because autosave was on, it autosaved it. So, I can't go back and actually show it on screen. So here we go. Here is where you can find a TM for Nightshade. Here's where you can find Baton Pass, if you look at the little map at the bottom right. You'll be able to hopefully find the area kind of thing. Between this and the next one, between one of these, I'm not quite sure which ones it was. I might have gotten a TM that I didn't take a picture of. It might have just slipped my mind, or I picked up a bunch of those sparkling items so much that as soon as I collected the TM, I might have just thought that it was just another sparkling item and then just forgot about it. So I apologize for that. I might have missed taking a picture of one. So here's where you can get Sandstorm, Acid Spray, Spikes, Stealth Rock. I believe this is in that rock area that I explored very, very shortly. I found Dragon Pulse here. I think this is the area I'm thinking of. Yes. Specifically, I think around this area there is actually a level 65 terrestrialized Garchomp that is water. It is level 65. I did beat it, but it was very difficult. I think 2 members actually fainted in that fight, but it was pretty difficult, but we were able to do it, so that's good. That's a good sign. We're able to be level 65s. It's a scary, but good thing. Over here I found the chest, which I guess doesn't really show you the map, unfortunately. Over here is where I found Heat Wave. Over here is where I found Solar Beam. As I said, I'm going through the areas again, trying to find any sort of items that I might have missed, or just mostly just finding trainers that I might have missed. Okay, so where's the pause button? Here it is. Okay, sorry, my bad. I'll go hide that again. So here's the part that I am actually talking about right here. This video right here is kind of the reason why I am saying that I am sorry that I sort of missed this, or that I didn't get a chance to actually go and try something new. Or not try something new, try and revert back my save kind of thing before this happened. Because I don't know when that was, and I unfortunately don't know the button controls to access the backup save, if there even is one, for that matter, so I don't even know. But I wanted to mention this right now. So this is before Medali. This is, I think, the route we took, which is not through the cave. It's like to the left of it, I think. We chose that long path instead. This is where I think we found the Tatsugiri, I think. And I think I made fun of it. I'm not 100% sure if I did. Or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But this is around that Lake Kasrikoya, I think, or something similar to that. So this is around where the False Titan is. So that's kind of why I am saying that I apologize for this. Anyway. So I was trying to fight that trainer right there, as you can see. There's a trainer there. It's pretty close to where we were, so so this was one of the end trainers that I was going to face around this area. So I was like, okay, this trainer is like as far as I'll go because it's within, I think it's close to around render distance. It's close to like the end point, so I thought it would be perfect. But I collected the muscle feather here. I was just about to talk to him, just about to initiate that dialogue, and then Rotototo pops up. I go over here, I kind of freeze a little bit. I'm like, oh, I'm way too close to this, aren't I? So I think I slowed it down specifically so I can read it, but I'm going to pause it anyway just so I can read it better. Hey there, Xilestar. I'll try not to pause it as much. Here's where it is. So rumor has it that the false dragon titan lurks somewhere in this lake. Sorry. Sorry, couldn't read that fast. Can I? Oh, okay, so it's that button. Okay. Hey there's Xilestar. Let's skip it a little bit. Sorry, still new to this thing. Lurks somewhere in this lake, yeah. But not a single person's looks in this lake, yeah. Too fast. But not a single person's ever caught a glimpse of it. Must be some kind of truly terrifying beast. But how are we supposed to search for a thing that when we don't even know what it looks like? Sure would be handy if it just ran around crying, "I'm the Titan" or something, if only, right? Sure. And that's probably around the point where I'm like, okay, I need to grab the video, and then I'm like, wait, did the conversation even end? And here's where the last, I think, 7 seconds is. Oh no, wait, never mind. It was actually the end. So then after that, I ended up I ended up fighting that trainer. There was another one. I'll show it on screen where they actually are located, so you know where I don't know where the trigger zone is specifically of when that dialogue shows up, but I'll show you where I was. So here's where I found Charm. Sorry, backwards. Here's something that was really funny though. This was on, I want to say Sunday, because I think this is that's when the EV event I think ended. Was on Sunday. So this ended up appearing on my screen at some point, and I thought that was very weird. So I clicked all ready to go because it's a fairy type, and I think I was running Captain Kidd, so I was going to use Poison Jab, and I clicked A maybe way too fast that it didn't even load battle members or anything like that. I don't remember what happened. Either the raid went perfectly fine, like as if, like, you know, everything looked all good, or the raid got canceled, something like that. I don't know. It was really weird. But then the next day, of course, I ended up going back and looking for more well, not really TMs, just more so just looking around. I found Rock Blast here. And I think here is a health glitch, I think. No, why did I take a video of this? Yeah, see, here's where the health glitch went up. So you see how the health went all the way back up? I got really confused by this. I was like, wait, why did the health go back up? So here, okay, so let's see here. So Twinixtra's first, uses Plate Rock, does over half damage. Over half damage. So when Twinixtra would end up using a second Play Rough, it would have taken it out. Doesn't matter if it's a Ditto. It doesn't even matter if it's a Gyarados. What matters is how much health has already been taken from that. So when Twinixtra uses Play Rough again, it should be down. It should be down with maybe like the glitch where it attacks still, even though it has no health. I don't know if that's just maybe like a timing thing. Like maybe it already planned its attack, but it got taken out. So it's just executing the move either way. I don't know exactly how that works, but this shouldn't have happened, where it just gets its health back. So even this Muscarada, I can't remember what Sprig's original like Pokemon name is supposed to be, because I remember as Sprigatito. I don't remember as any other ones. But this Graveyard, I think that's the maybe it's Houndstone. I think, I'm not quite sure. I can't remember which one it is. That guy, I don't think that person ever did anything. But the Muscarada used Night Slash, and the Gyarados is using Dragon Dance on, I think, a level 3 Ditto, which is really weird. But this Muscarada used Night Slash, which should have done at least some form of damage. Okay, and then here's where the play rough happens again. Okay, see? The health is now down. This is what's supposed to happen. So nothing else is supposed to happen now. This Ditto should have the normal animation of when it falls and it's like, okay, you can capture it. Health jumps. And I've noticed this a couple times. It's not because of Ditto. It's not because of Ditto. It's because of something else. And I don't know exactly what it is, but sometimes this happens, and I'm a bit confused on why it happens this way. And so I caught the Ditto. Now, before I go and say anything, before I go and say like, oh yeah, I'm going to use this Ditto or anything like that, I want to be perfectly clear. This Ditto is only supposed to be for breeding purposes only. It's not meant to be battled. It's not meant to be anything. Now, unfortunately, there is no such thing as a Pokemon nursery in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So you would think that it's like Pokemon Legends Arceus. There's no breeding. Well, you're wrong. There is breeding. You have to do it through the picnic system. And I don't agree with that. There should be, okay. So there should be a Pokemon nursery no matter what. There should be one. At all times, in any Pokemon game, there should always be at least one Pokemon daycare or nursery or whatever you want to call it. But if you want to add an extra one, sure, do a fun kooky mechanic, like picnic system. Sure. I'm all for that. Like having that, what was it, in Sword and Shield, there was the one that's on the route after the grass gym, which was my favorite area to go do breeding, anyway. Or to get eggs and just hatch them. There was also the one in the wild area. But I don't know the towns by heart. But it's in the wild area. It's like in between like the 3rd gym and the 8th gym area. It's like inside the wild area. I can't remember what that area is called specifically, but I know it's a part of the wild area. And sure, have two Pokemon nurseries. That's completely okay with me, I guess, in those kinds of games. But like in this, have a Pokemon nursery at the very least. Like this should just be an extra area. Like you know, either this should be like the second thing you could do if you want to be there, because now in order for you to breed Pokemon, you have to bring Ditto to your party and the Pokemon that you want bred. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird thing to say. So yeah, so this Ditto is only supposed to be for breeding only. That's all it's meant for. I'm gonna breed, I think, 2 Sprigatato's eggs, so I could trade them to get a Fueco and a... Oh, what is the other one? I don't even know if I'm even pronouncing the fire one correctly. It could be Fueco or Fueco. I don't know. The Quaxley, that's the other one. A Quaxley egg. And if we want any team member, specifically, because I don't know how many locations that we can catch Pokemon that is considered new locations, what I want to do is I want to try hatching an egg, specifically, in a town that we do not have as a location already pre-established on a different Pokemon. And what we're going to do is that we're going to end up using that as our new encounter system, specifically for towns, and specifically for certain Pokemon that we would love to use. Like, I would love to be able to use that fairy dog Pokemon. I think it's adorable. I want to use it. But I can't get rid of Muddy. Muddy is just such a helpful Pokemon. And even though we already have a fairy type, unfortunately, no matter how many times I look at Twin Extra stats, it's just not enough. It needs a buff. It needs a buff somewhere. And I just don't know where to put it. I would love it more in a physical attack than special attack. And its speed is really good, so I don't really see too much else. But yeah, so that's the whole reason why I caught this Ditto. I wanted to get a picture of it, so though it's like I caught it, it's here, but I wanted to explain why I caught it in the first place. And over here I found Drill Run. Over here I found Protect, a very good TM, very nice. Grassy Terrain, Thief, a very good TM too. I think it's really good when you find wild Pokemon that actually have held items, and you want to take it without actually needing to catch the Pokemon. So if you want to, let's say, what's the Pokemon? I think Wild Pikachus can have a light ball. So if you want a light ball without throwing Pokeballs at the Pikachu, you could just have a Pokemon with Frisk or something that sort of identifies that the opposing Pokemon has an item in the first place, if you can. Teach that Pokemon Thief, so that when it says, "Oh yeah, they have an item," then you use Thief to take it. Make sure that the Pokemon with Frisk doesn't actually have a held item, of course. And then I think you can run out of the battle, and then you'll still keep the item, or you have to make the opposing Pokemon faint in order for you to keep the item. Either way, it's an easier way than just catching it and then going, "Hey, look, a light ball, nice!" Release. It's just fewer button presses kind of thing, which is really good. Over here I found Icy Wind, and over here I found a Gimmighoul. Over here I found a Gimmighoul as well. Over here I found Smart Strike. It's a really good TM. As this will end up telling you, it's a 70 base power move that doesn't miss, and it's a Steel type, which makes it really nice. Here's where you can find Magical Leaf. Here's where you can find Dragon Tail. I was really happy about seeing something like this so close to the beginning area. X-Scissor right here. Very nice TM as well. Low Kick over here. And this I found yesterday. That's it, right? Yeah. This I found yesterday. Which caught me a little off guard. So as you can see on the top right corner, I am online. So I'm on online. I click check for new postings, and I see this. That's